right, MMA Maniacs, time once again for another installment of Split Decision, your weekly MMA podcast brought to you from the Rula Family Inc. studios. Bueller and Dodge at the helm here, going to bring you some news and break down last week's UFC 171. Look forward to the UFC happening this weekend as well. Lots of stuff happening. Big thanks to Fight Fans Radio Network for pimping us out on their Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, as well as their iTunes. And of course, you can go to our Spreaker, Stitcher, and SoundCloud, and our iTunes, and our official website, which is splitdecisionmma.com. Find us on Facebook under Split Decision MMA Podcast, and Twitter, and I almost said Twitter and Instagram under SD_MMA. And a big special thanks this week to Death Rob Music Production out there in New Jersey, hooking us up with some shout outs, hooking them back up with some shout outs as well, back in Miles Jury, right?
That's right.
Yeah, they did his walkout song. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool cats. They're helping us out. We're helping them out. So big thanks to them as well. Again, Death Rob Music Production. They promote fighters through their music. Good deal. So, Dodge, lots going on, man.
Lots going on. So, I don't know if you saw this. This was on UFC's Instagram. This is on Nick Diaz's personal Instagram.
I did not see this, but I like that it happened.
It was hilarious. Basically, the UFC flew out Nick Diaz to go watch UFC 171. And he just walked around with the camera and taunted everybody, especially Johnny Hendricks, saying that he didn't deserve the title shot and says that he should get it, and he wants to fight him next. And he was especially taunting him at the weigh-ins when he missed weight.
That's awesome. I mean, he's a good mouth. He's one of the best heels. He probably is the best heel the UFC's had.
He was just yelling.
Chael Sonnen's a great mouth and a good heel, but because Nick Diaz is such a legit heel, you know what I mean?
It's more believable. When he talks shit to you, it's more believable.
Oh, absolutely. The only problem with it is that, bitch, if you're going to retire, retire.
He doesn't want to retire. He wants a title shot.
But he retired.
Until he gets a title shot.
Until he gets a title shot. Spoiled, man. Spoiled. But whatever, man. He puts asses in the seats, so we'll see what happens from that.
One person that did not like it was Michael Johnson, who said that he wants to fight Nate Diaz and called him a little bitch.
Wait, but Nate Diaz wants to retire too. Once out of his contract.
Right, once out of his contract. He says you need to quit acting like you're scared, little bitch, and fight me. Do I have to go 209 on you?
It's a
what?
It's a bad fight for Nate.
I know, huh?
So we were talking last week about Dennis Siver and Sahir Badazera's test results going to inconclusive.
I like this picture over here.
And we have Sahir Badazera's came back negative, so he's in the clear.
Cool.
However, there might be an issue with Dennis Siver's. He came back flagged for HCG.
And what is HCG there, Dodge?
HCG is the hormone that lets you know that you're pregnant.
So Dennis Siver's pregnant?
It's quite possible that he's pregnant. Basically, it's the hormone that is being tested on the pee sticks.
Is it a throat baby? Is it?
And basically what happened was they're saying that a lot of guys use this when they're taking cycles of steroids or other basically things.
Was I not plugged in the whole time?
No, you're good.
Boost it in so that he might have been on some sort of cycle of steroids and he was able to use the pregnancy hormone to clear his system out. And so he's been flagged, and he's going to be, most likely, his win over Manny Gamirian is going to be changed to no contest.
He's pregnant.
If
you're not going to say it, I'm going to bite off you.
Or he's pregnant.
What?
He either took it to cycle off or to stop his cycle. It was funnier when Dennis said it earlier.
I'm sorry, I was worried about the gear, bro.
Said he could. I'm just worried he might be pregnant.
No,
that's what I said. Stop his cycle.
So he did for another 9.5 months. After that, he'll be in the clear. Well,
hey, and we found out he can lactate.
Well, you found that out by watching a lot of videos.
Well, because unfortunately we both knew it was possible, which is terrible too.
I was in disbelief.
I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me? Apparently, yes. De Niro, we can milk you.
So, Diego Sanchez lost to Miles Jury at UFC 171. He basically said he believed food poisoning was to blame for his lackluster performance.
Or it was the boost behind Death Rob, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
Death Rob gave him the boost he needed to get on Diego Sanchez. Diego Sanchez needs to go away, dude.
He said it was because he ate beef tartare and a raw quail egg as an appetizer for dinner.
Why would you?
And it was his mistake. It was off of his Dolce diet. He did it anyway. and for some reason,
What an odd thing to go off your Dolce diet.
He
for.
felt he was weak.
Serious. I don't even understand that at all, man. You've been like streamlining your body, everything that you put into it over the last weeks to months, and then you're gonna go beef tartare and a raw quail leg.
He's like, you want a sourdough jack? You want a Big Mac?
Seriously, man.
No, I want a quail leg.
Quail egg. It's a beef tartare.
Why not just get a bucket of sour cream and a straw?
I want a steak. You grind it up.
I mean, at least
Don't cook it.
At least Cormier got Popeyes.
Wasn't that after?
That's worth it.
We can't do that.
It is worth it.
I mean, Rory MacDonald almost ruined it for an avocado that's healthy and cut his hand open.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my God. Food injuries at the UFC. Fantastic.
So we had a WC MMA 14. This is in England. They're saying this quite possibly could be the world's fastest knockout in the MMA history. This is Mike Garrett lands a head kick over Sam Huron. They said the promoter said it happened at 1.7 seconds, setting the world record. The official time clock says that it's 1.13 seconds, which is not a world record. I don't know. What do you think? Do you watch the video? Think it's a world record? Do you want to time it?
I mean, if the rule,
Do you want to time it?
if the rule, I'm not going to time 1 second. If the
We
rules,
can't agree on timing anyway. That whole 1, 2, 3 thing, we can't get it down.
I have a timer on my
is it
phone.
1, 2, 3, go, or 1, 2, go?
Do we go on 3? Is there a 0?
Apparently, you go on 1 on this one.
Is nothing? We're at 0.
Do we start at 1?
I think I'm going to try it. Let's see.
This is a terrible idea. I don't think your fingers are that quick.
Okay.
And
The time he drops his arm.
boom.
1 1,000, 2 1,000. See, we're.
1.65 on my clock.
I'm saying closer to 2.
It's headed to 1.
When he lands the kick, 1.65.
Let's rewind it. I'm going to do Tallahassee's.
Tallahassee.
Omaha.
Wait, are you ready? You got to be ready. You got to be ready.
That too is an option.
1
Tallahassee
Omaha.
1,
2 Omaha.
Tallahassee.
Oh, this is so bad.
That's 2, huh?
No, it's in between it's like 1.5 somewhere around there.
What'd you get that time? You get time at that time?
I did 1.78.
Well, whatever. It's fast.
I mean, is there really that many contenders?
Watch when he realizes.
That fast?
See, I love when he realizes and
As
tries
he's-
to do. He's like, I'm going to jump.
The amazing thing about this kick, if you get to see this clip, you got to watch
put this up.
the guy who knocks him out. He's it's very smart.
I
He
think we have
throws
the
his
clip.
lead leg like he's going to throw a snap kick, and then as soon as the kid moves to block the knee or the snap kick, that's when he fires off like Sagat from Street Fighter and brings up the rear leg.
Kinda slides
It seriously looked like he was skating.
Yeah.
Like it was
No, it's an amazing kick. That's great. He'll
almost
never.
like the shadow kick from
Exactly.
what was his name?
Liu Kang?
Liu Kang. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he'll never do that again. It'll never
And he
happen
didn't finish with a fatality. I mean,
Yeah.
again. What about a babality?
The
I think
friendship.
that was the Hendrix fight, right? Where he just laid on the fucking babies.
We have an angry audience member today. Did you lose money?
No, when I do actually watch the fights, I get into them, and I hate that when they just fucking lay on each other at the end of the fight.
it's called Brussels fucking.
Yeah.
If Josh wants to see that, he'll watch his gay porn. Exactly.
Right.
No, I totally understand that.
That's why I was asking the click question. I want to know if I'm watching gay porn.
If I want to see this stuff, I'll watch it without these speedos.
UFC is going to be going to Albuquerque, New Mexico for the first time.
Oh, my home state right there. Booyah, what's up?
You're going to go see your home state?
No.
All right, well.
I only go through there to make left turns.
Dude, that's...
Headlining will be Benson Henderson against Rustaman Khalibibov.
That sucks. Why would they... When is this going to happen? June 7th? That blows. 'Cause
yeah.
That means Condit can't fight on his own hometown card.
Dude,
I
he's
don't know if
injured.
you're doing the story, but this guy and another guy, Kabalov, have been getting confused between, I guess, some guy.
Herman
Some guy talking smack. So I guess one or the other was contacted by the next guy who's going to fight him. Started talking smack. He's like, "Brother,
You have the wrong guy.
you got the wrong guy." Man.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I think because everybody's trying to get in this Twitter because like
Yeah.
we did the story last week. You know, this
Is Twitter beef good or not?
Yeah. So you know, once you hear it off our show, you're like, "Oh, I got to go start a Twitter beef."
Hell yeah. I had a Twitter... I tried to start a Twitter beef with... I remember Michelle Old, but that didn't work out very well.
No, it didn't work out well at all.
Well, when they were trying to find that one fighter and they kept calling the grandma's house,
Yeah.
that was awesome. Yeah.
Henner and Hiron Gracie have basically not started, but they have their own Gracie University.
Okay.
You can actually get your belt and promotions online by watching videos and sending videos of you
Wow.
proving that you can. Now,
Wow.
Hoyce has come out and said he is basically pissed. He wants to remove Helio's name from their jiu-jitsu school and says that there's no way that is how things are supposed to be done, and no way how their grandfather wanted the system to start.
Well, I mean,
they defend it by saying that people need to understand that online study can be even more effective than learning in a traditional classroom.
There's another, it brings us something funny. There's a Gracie school here in our area that you can go in there and you can sign up for the fast track blue belt program where you're guaranteed to have your blue belt in like 16 lessons or some stupid shit like that. It just doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Are they
at
like
all.
8-hour days?
No, it's just you bought your blue belt and you get it after 16 lessons or something. I don't know what the exact number
They
is.
better at least jump you in.
So how do you feel about this? Do you think you should be able to get belts
No, hell no, man.
online?
Absolutely
I'm thinking
not.
about signing up. It's only $200.
But then think about the dude from last week who has like a 10th dan and everything.
Yeah, I want to sign up for his school too.
He was to the 12th and 1, right?
Yeah, 12th and all of
To
them.
the 12th in surfing porn. That's where I got my 10th dan.
So do they think we should have a Gracie like battle royale to see who actually gets to be able to teach?
Hickson by armbar.
You could do a whole card with just Gracie's.
Yeah, there's
I
enough.
totally could. Yeah. I would pick what the hell is his name?
Hoyce,
No.
Hickson,
Hickson's son. Kron. I picked Kron.
Kron Gracie.
Yeah. There's too many damn Gracies.
It's not Han. Kron.
It's Kron. I don't know, man.
So big news that got announced on.
This is not big news. This is stupid.
This is Thursday. I think it's big news. Pretty cool, man. I'm pretty happy about this.
Who wants to see this for a third time, dude?
BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar at 145, going to be free on TV
So,
during the finale of Ultimate Fighter 19. I'm pretty happy about that.
show the first time they fought for free on TV.
They
I'm
have,
happy about
multiple
that.
times.
Well, there you go. That's all you need. We don't need this again. We absolutely don't need this again.
You're not excited about them coaching against each other?
No.
Who you taking?
The ref.
Fox Sports
I'll take the ref by
raking
bad.
in the money.
Yeah, the ref by bad stoppage is what I'm taking in that fight. I saw that today in the news. Like, really? Like, what was the last time BJ Penn fought? Exactly.
Diaz.
Yeah.
Diaz.
When was the last time Frankie Edgar fought?
I don't remember.
See? Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
I would watch it though.
I'd watch
You
it again.
you could tell two
Especially
people
for free.
You could
I
tell two
would-
people that
free.
look like
I would
BJ Penn and
DVR it
Frankie
like a
Edgar in there, and
mofo.
nobody even know what was going on. BJ Penn's been doing nothing but surfing and eating sushi. He ain't even been training.
And what is Edgar doing? Hanging
not-
out on the shore?
Instead of
Maybe.
making them fight each
Maybe.
other, why don't they just make them fight like somebody who just came into the UFC?
Jump him in.
Yeah.
One of they have to fight whoever the winners are of the Ultimate Fighter 19.
I like this whole jump into the
Yeah.
thing, man.
Start jumping people into the UFC. It's like a battle royale.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
So the UFC has come out and basically said that they are not interested in Holly Holm, nor are they interested in Gino Carano.
Is
Well, the
it
Holly Holm thing, her manager screwed him up big time.
Yeah,
Well-
Lenny Fresquez
Yeah.
basically started going public with all the information about how their contract is being worked out, and Dana White said, "I'm done." Just walked away.
See, now that's what I'm
Can't
saying.
keep your mouth
Is
shut,
it-
I'm done.
Is it really the UFC, or is Dana just done with it?
I'm pretty sure the Fertittas are under the same.
No, because there's been a couple times where
Lorenzo's
Da-
definitely gone against Dana a few times.
Yeah, for sure. But I
where
mean,
Dana said one thing and then it comes out where like the whole thing with Melendez, and then the Diaz brothers, where they say, "Oh well, the Diaz brothers refused to fight," and then it comes out that Dana said that, and then the UFC goes, "Okay, well, what actually happened was
right.
What happened was.
What happened was
Okay, so they're not talking to Carano according to that article.
no, she's
So
going to be in
what
a new
is
movie. I just saw the trailer on Hulu,
What's the big Joe Rogan announcement thing where it's going to blow our minds?
and it's in a couple weeks.
Bullshit. Such garbage. I'm going to stick with Kyra Gracie on
there's
this.
a gorilla loose news at 11."
What you don't know could kill you. News at 11.
What don't I know? What don't I know? I can't go outside. There's a gorilla out there somewhere.
It's hepatitis. It's definitely hepatitis.
June 28th, we're going to have the event going down UFC in San Antonio, Fight Night in Texas.
Cool.
Headlining that is going to be Cub Swanson against Jeremy Stevens.
Interesting.
You like that fight?
Well, they're very active
Coming off
in the
of good
cage.
wins?
Yeah, exactly. And
In the top 10?
They're tenacious. One of my favorite words. They're
Yeah.
very tenacious. They got a lot of energy. So I mean that always makes for a good fight when they got
Right
two
away,
guys
who
in
you
there that just
taking?
go for it.
Swanson or Stevens?
I'm gonna take. It's tough, but I'll take Stevens.
All right.
Tough call. That's a coin flip for me.
Swanson, I love their TV dinners.
Swanson, yeah.
Seriously,
I don't like his SoCal tattoo, though. I don't like his SoCal tattoo.
do not either.
Cyborg Santos passed a drug test. Proved
for her.
that she was not on steroids. Test results to come back. She's still a man. I'm still out.
I don't understand why they didn't just grab her crotch. Give a little
She tucks.
They need to bring in
and tapes.
Crocodile Dundee. That's not a Shayla.
So wait, do we know what weight she's fighting at then? If she's not on, anything?
145.
That's what she's fighting in this kickboxing competition.
Yep,
Muay
it's
Thai
kickboxing.
Which is interesting
145.
because Rousey said she would come up to 145.
To fight Gina Carano only out of respect.
Yeah.
But not to fight.
But not for a
Siver.
title either.
Yeah.
It would just be a fight. That's what she had to clarify. It was not going to be for a title. It's just a fight.
Goddamn police are here, man.
Yeah, that was a nice knock. Some strange news coming out of Team Alpha Male.
Dennis is checking out the window to see if there's any squad cars.
Okay, no, we're good.
Dwayne Bag Ludwig is leaving Team Alpha Male.
No, it sucks for Team Alpha Male.
Which is very strange. Basically, they put together a whole press release. They had the press come to their gym. They put this whole thing forward and said that we're based out of Sacramento, California. We're looking to fill our position of head coach. Alpha Male will be taking applicants from around the world in the next few months, looking to fill the position no later than May 24th. List their team, who they're compromised of, and they said, we're known for a unique co-op style of learning and mentoring where top professionals work alongside and add to the overall growth of a team. Applicants must be willing to move to Sacramento full-time and run our curriculum. They will be expected to help grow the team from amateur to the top pros. Contact my good friend from Escalon, Tommy Sherkamp.
Yeah, I need that email so I can go ahead and apply for this job.
Tommy at teamalphamail.com.
Yeah. I have a lot of experience watching. I figured I could translate really well to coaching.
Ludwig said it wasn't supposed to happen this way. He says, I'm not going to bounce on anybody's fight camper in the middle of anything. He said he just was getting ready to open up a gym in his home state of Colorado. He's moved to Sacramento. He's tired of being away from his family. He was going to eventually transition back and move. And they were just like, cool, we need a new head coach. And put together the press conference.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's kind of dirty, but I guess if you got to replace somebody, you got to replace somebody.
Yeah, he said I didn't have any, it was kind of sudden. He's like, they just kind of, I gave Uriah a heads up, and he jumped on it.
Hey, business is business, man.
Yeah.
Business is business. You got to replace your head coach at some point. You might as well get the balls rolling now.
So he said they're going to be an affiliate of his team called the Bang Muay Thai System. They'll be an affiliate gym of his, but his main gym he's going to set up is in Colorado.
Who's a good replacement coach, you think?
I don't know. As long as it's not that Sonny Ono-looking dude with the sunglasses that walks around in the ring and thinks he's the rock star of the entire team. That guy's a joke.
I think it should be...
the guy that was carrying Faber from, inside of the cage to the outside.
Maybe when he cradled him?
Remember? He was, rubbing his legs during the Aldo fight and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't stand that guy.
I want to see Robbie Lawler take the coaching position.
No, maybe Josh Koscheck. He's got nothing to do, and he looks like he's in his downside of his career.
This is true. Come up from Fresno instead.
Yeah. You say no?
He's not a people person.
No, but teach people to poke him in the eyes and fake knee injuries.
He's not good at striking either.
He's a loner. He's a rebel.
Yeah.
Robbie Lawler.
He's got his own camp. What is it? Dethrone, right? He's got the Dethrone base camp.
I'm sorry.
You think Lawler?
I think Lawler could help him out a lot. He's got a wrestling base and he's an excellent striker. He knows how to hit hard.
I would agree with that, but the only thing is he's currently, just came off of his title shot. He's still in the top 10. I would like to get somebody that's somewhat retired.
Right, Rich Franklin?
Yeah. They offered Rich Franklin a fight recently. He turned it down, even in his home state of Cleveland.
He's too busy juicing.
Yeah, he said he's too busy juicing in Hollywood.
Whatever.
Dan Hardy says he plans on coming back.
I don't know how or why.
He said it's process of getting medically cleared. He's very frustrated. He said he is happy that he does have the commentating job. It does give him something new to do and a new challenge for him. But as the sport's evolving, he gets to see it firsthand. He also has been working out in the gym quite a bit, and he's just ready to return.
Well, bring him back.
Hopefully he gets
let him get punched out by anybody in that division. Seriously.
Next.
So I believe this is going to be on Fight Pass, because I don't know why it wouldn't be. This is going to be Gegard Mousasi going up against Mark Munoz, headlining the event that is going to be going down in Germany.
So this is going to be
May 31st.
This is more like Mousasi's headlining because it's close to his home.
Yeah,
but really,
because if this
it's a terrible fight for Mousasi going up against Mark Munoz.
Doesn't do that well against wrestlers.
No,
I mean he's a decent wrestler himself, but not quite that well.
Not like the same kind of stuff. Especially not the Filipino wrecking machine.
Right.
I see that just ending badly for him on his back, getting just hammer fisted to death.
Is that a fight you're gonna buy Fight Pass for?
No. I'll go through my change to see if I have enough to buy that
for a month.
No, if you sign up, you get a month free and you can get off.
I get
it
off.
Only takes a month to get off.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva says he's not going to be fighting this year.
Duh.
Flat out. Said he's not going to be fighting this year.
I think he already hurt something. I think in his rush to do what he's doing, I think he's already hurt himself.
He says, I don't see myself stopping right now. I don't know if I'll fulfill my 10-year contract. My family has been asking me for years to stop fighting. They need to understand this is what I love to do and that I need to have my time. My goal in the sport was to become a reference in the sport, and I'm already achieving this.
I don't understand. His family's been asking him to stop fighting for years. I mean, he hasn't even been hurt.
This year is over for me. There's a chance I'll fight in the first half of 2015.
Oh, I can't wait for him to kick somebody with that steel leg, dude. It's going to be awesome. Rip somebody's face off.
Johnny Hendricks basically came out and said that he pays 50%.
This is crazy, dude.
50% of his earnings to his management team.
I don't even know what to say to this.
Get a new manager?
It blows my mind. Blows my mind. Wow. I mean, they obviously this guy got it. He got a money boat when he got Johnny Hendricks.
Yeah.
The guy's champ now. But damn. I mean, 50%. It's like, how much does that suck? Like, now that you're champ, you renegotiate your contract and you're making, $1 million a fight, and you're not going to get that $1 million.
Yeah.
That sucks. I don't know. Crazy.
But he basically says that they funded almost everything for him up to that point.
So right now it's a payback contract.
Yeah.
Well, good for the management team. They saw some talent and they did what they had to do. But that's, did they at least lube them up first? Seriously.
Yeah, but we don't know what he's into their pocket for yet. How much like you said, they put up everything.
Well, it says the journey from day one all the way up to now
UFC
has been
title,
50% of his profits.
Yeah, it says right there that they basically invested.
Yeah,
$4 million.
not starting now.
Yeah.
He's been paying him 50% since day one. That's crazy to me.
What's his? Okay.
What's his?
We're all gonna read the article.
I know. Everyone read. It's gonna make for a good show.
Let's just turn it into the Albert show.
I don't know. Most guys only get 10-20%.
It blows my mind, dude. Good for the manager. Like I said, I hope he lubes up Johnny Hendricks every time he goes out to fight, because that's just insane to me.
The Chris Weidman Machida poster got released recently. I put this up on our Facebook. What do you guys think? Think it's a little bit different than?
I'm glad that they went something different.
Different. A little different. As you can see, this is one of their ones before. I like that it had stars. That's magical.
It is. It's
I
more,
think I could have made that in Photoshop.
It's much more artsy. They've gotten away from
this one. Was weird. Step into our world. Now it's the Gustafsson Manoa
I don't
poster.
even remember seeing that.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
This was our standard UFC fight poster. Two guys looking at each other like they're gonna fight.
Which has been
It's the monster truck style.
This is the one that's been going on for years now.
Saturday. Two guys fighting in a cage. UFC 171. John Jones and
Teixeira.
This is it's a little bit different.
See,
John Jones just screaming into this distance. I don't know.
Is there a
Into the
Ortiz White
for
picture
the boxing match?
Yeah.
No. We should make one. Done. I'll get right on that.
You just-
This one was for the Rousey McMahon. It was a little bit different.
Is that 8 Mile going on there?
It's
Yeah,
seriously,
yeah.
wow, yeah.
They have all the little clips inside of Rousey's hoodie.
His palms are sweaty. He's weak. Arms are.
I
red.
like this one. It was back when BJ Penn and George St. Pierre fought. Very
So-
cool, wearing the flags.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of cool.
In case you haven't seen it yet, this one made me.
I like that one.
weird. But it makes.
Diaz is giant!
No, you know what this reminds me of? Is like Silver Surfers fighting Galactus in the
Yeah,
comics right
that's
now.
it.
That's what I see when I
Total
look at
comic
this.
book
It's
reference.
a comic book poster. Anyway, if you haven't seen the new one now, it is.
I like this one.
I had that in my garage for a while.
I have that one too.
The newest one has who is it? I can't remember who it is. Who's fighting? Damn it! They're in body paint.
Machida and Weidman.
Thank you. Shit, yes. Machida and White, the Brazilian guy and the American guy.
Look into his eyes.
I am tribute.
Covered in body paint. Covered in body paint is what they are.
for their respective countries' colors, though. Yeah,
Yes.
So there you go.
A Japanese poster.
It looked like a movie right there, man. It looks like Fast and Furious 9.
Right. I don't like, though, that the UG keeps putting up this poster right here, which they said was released in Japan, because this is by a graphic artist. It says right on there, Oling.net, as the graphic artist. I've actually talked to this guy before, and he just makes posters on the side for fun, and they keep reporting this as this is a legitimate poster. Every single time they talk about posters, they bring this up and they're like, look at this awesome one from Japan.
You get angry about weird
I don't even know if
shit.
that's that awesome of a poster, though. Really,
It's cool. It's different. I mean, it's not as cool as the Pride one with the butterfly.
What the fuck?
Or this one.
Yeah.
Or that one.
But
Guys climbing the top of the mountain, man.
even
Come
know
on.
what I'm looking at.
Survival. I like this one. It was old school, like freak show looking.
I saw old boxing posters look too back in the day.
Oh, that one's starting over.
What the?
What? I don't even get that.
It's like
The best one ever. Are you ready? It's going to be at the bottom. I will show you. That one's pretty cool.
This doesn't make any sense.
They're artsy, my friend.
It's a baby sucking on a tit. It says Pride GP 2004 final round. Like, what does that even mean?
Oh man.
All right, I'm done.
How about
with
that
this. No,
the open weight tournament.
I love like a bunch of sperm. That's
I
Wow.
think UFC posters need more sperm.
that's like look who's that's the actual poster for look who's talking to. Right there. That's what that is. And if they need more sperm, then like I said, tribute the top one, and you're done. If you don't know what a tribute is, Google it.
In post, I'm going to cut that clip of him saying needs more sperm. Yeah.
Needs more. Just put it on a loop. Just put it on a loop, right?
Needs more semen.
Some news coming out of
Need more
UFC 171 that we can talk about. I try to cram them all together here so we can talk it all about
All the
talk
sperm?
all the same together. Yes, cram all the sperm together about UFC 171.
Mix it together in a batter.
Max it together. Yeah.
Play Guess Who the Dad Is in 18 years.
Johnny Hendricks has a torn bicep. Will be out with surgery.
That's
Yeah.
not a Shamrock Shake.
Oh, God. Eggnog.
Carlos Condit tore his ACL in the middle of his fight with
that
Tyrone
sucks
Woodley.
so bad.
Not only did he tear it on a takedown, and then Tyrone Woodley kicked it, and that's basically what ended the fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
I can't feel good about that.
And then Woodley, yeah,
acted like he did.
he
something.
did something.
I can't feel good about that, dude. I couldn't feel good about that win if I was Woodley. I hate when fighters beat themselves.
I don't know. What about? Do you think Chris Weidman felt good about defending his title against Anderson Silva when Anderson Silva broke his own leg?
No.
No, I don't know, because that was technique. He blocked the kick, which caused the leg to break.
Obviously,
this is his leg's already broken, and I kick it.
Anderson Silva obviously beat himself by not drinking enough milk in that fight. Is the problem?
What happened when he got knocked out?
That's a totally different story.
So a little bit more news coming out of UFC 171. Melvin Gillard has been released.
Yeah, well, about time.
He has won his 2 of last 8.
He's lucky they kept him past his cocaine
But
addiction.
he set a record in the UFC, almost tying with Josh Koscheck for having a 9-year run, and I think like 22 fights in the UFC.
Really? Okay.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, good for him.
So where do you think he goes from here? He says he's done moving gyms. He said that American Top Team is the last time he's ever going to move in a gym.
Well, he kind of sucks, so I'm thinking Bellator.
Yeah, think he can become champion?
Yeah, if he was any good, he'd go to World Series of Fighting.
He's going to take out Pat Curran?
Okay, so he's in Florida right now?
Yep.
He ain't going nowhere.
Nowhere?
No. He just stay there and he make money and live the dream.
He wants to become champion. That's his goal.
He can go fight on the Kimbo circuit.
Right.
Does Kimbo have a circuit anymore?
I don't know.
Should
Who
he
was the
have?
guy that came out after Kimbo?
The guy George Masvidal fought on the Kimbo circuit and worked his way into Strikeforce.
No, but who was the guy who came out after Kimbo that had like a gold chains was fighting Louisiana?
Oh, Dada 5000?
Data 5000. You go fight the Data 5000 circuit, where they have just the posts up in the grass and the caution tape, and that's where you fight.
I think that he became a legitimate MMA fighter.
Data 5000?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did for a minute.
He was like, what? He was like 3-0?
I
Something
didn't
like
know he
that?
made it to 3.
Yeah, I thought he
Yeah.
did 3.
3-0, then where the hell is he at? Jail?
Probably. He's Dada 5000, man. So, and then the last little bit is that basically, I don't know if you guys caught the end of the pay-per-view where they asked Joe Rogan who he thinks should fight for the title next. And he said Rory MacDonald. A lot of people thought it was favoritism. A lot of people were upset that he was told to pick Rory MacDonald as the next one, obviously not choosing Diaz, as a lot of people. They put up a poll on UFC.com, and 79% of fans chose Diaz over anybody else.
Well, awesome. The fans like to see Diaz. That doesn't mean anything. Diaz hasn't earned a title shot.
That's exactly what Dana White says.
All right.
But
He's actually lost his last 2 UFC fights, right?
And you know who I want to see fight for a title? GSP. But guess what? It's not going to fucking happen. Diaz walked away. Rory MacDonald's been fighting for the last 2 years, where Diaz ain't been doing shit but smoking weed, jerking off, and riding mountain bikes. So, as far as I'm concerned, Rory MacDonald's earned the shot.
he was also doing YouTube videos and yelling at
And nunchucks and shit.
Yeah, and yelling at Mr. Hendricks. But basically, he was criticized. He came out on the AG, posted this nice size post here, and he said that he basically wanted to let everyone know that they handed him a list of fighters to choose from. So and Diaz wasn't on it. So out of that list, Rory was the one that he thinks.
So if Diaz was on it, would he have picked Diaz?
He didn't say.
No, that's a cop-out.
He's basically saying, here's the list of people that we think that are in the top contenders. They wanted me to pick one guy to challenge the title at the end of the event. He says, it's only my opinion. It certainly doesn't mean that another fighter won't get the next shot. The reason I went with Rory is the reasons I stated. I thought Willie looked awesome, but in reality is Carlos blew his knee out on the takedown, and then they gave it to Tyrone when he kicked him. Tyrone was really impressive in the first round of insane speed and ability, closed the distance. I would love to see him fight anyone for the title or not. This guy's a stud. It's just my opinion. Given the information in front of me after the event, if I had to choose, the one guy I would have to go with is Rory. No one asked me to choose Rory. No one pressured me in any way or influenced me in any way. It's just my opinion. I would also like to see Dong Young Kim in the mix as well. They didn't have him on the list. I would like to see him fight any number of people I just mentioned for the title or not. Matt Brown is another guy in the mix. He's hurt his back recently. I'm hoping he can heal back up and come back in the running. I mean, what do you guys think?
You don't have to hand Joe Rogan a list. He knows who these fighters are, and he knows where they're at in contention for the title. So giving him a list is just stupid.
They're saying that people are upset too. They didn't choose Hector Lombard because Hector Lombard had his good fight against Jake Shields.
I just don't see anybody that has earned the title shot like Rory MacDonald has at this point in time.
Right, and he's even changed his fighting. Well, he's even changed his fighting style. Like people asked, they wanted him to be more aggressive. They wanted him going for the kill.
Yeah, I think that he's earned it. It's unfair for people to be like, oh no, Diaz, especially like you said, he's lost his last couple fights and he walked away. It doesn't get you a title shot. You're not Chael Sonnen.
He could be. If you could articulate a little bit better, he could be.
What else is happening?
Let's see. We have new game footage for EA Sports UFC. We'll put this up on the Facebook. It's looking pretty realistic and creepy.
Is this going to be for PS4 or
PS4 and Xbox One?
So it's not. It's the next gens. Damn.
Yeah, you can't have this unless you bought one of those.
Have anything.
Tell me this doesn't look pretty legit.
Are they going to add in bone breaks? Because that'd be awesome.
Flash knockouts, bone breaks, all kinds of stuff.
Poor Josh Koscheck. Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with.
They didn't make Cain Velasquez fat enough, in my opinion. Though.
They're no longer going to slide. They're actually going to have actual foot movement. You'll see the body ripple with every kick.
That's crazy. Mark Hunt's also not fat enough.
Yeah, no one is going to slam Mark Hunt like that.
Yeah. Well, maybe if Mark Hunt was actually that light, it's possible. I could see Cain Velasquez doing that.
Oh, man, there's got to be somewhere where Rousey rips an arm off.
I was going to say, can you use Rousey to fight dudes?
Just snaps it.
Is that Brent?
That beard looks pretty rowdy on this game, dude. Oh, don't. Really? You going to give him veins popping out of his shoulder like he's been working out? Come on now.
Oh, that chicken is heavy.
I figured out who should be the coach, Team Alpha Male. Joe Rogan. I'll tell you why. I just saw a video yesterday. Joe Rogan was teaching Danny Castillo and T.J. Gillenshaw Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Makes sense.
Yep.
He wouldn't do that. There was no way.
No?
We're totally spreading it. Joe Rogan, new coach down at Team Alpha Male.
Saw the video. They were training. It's going to happen.
No way.
Albert, tweet that.
Tweet it out, Albert. Tweet it out.
He's too busy. There's no way. He's too busy.
So, going over the pay-per-view, you want to run through them?
Yeah. You want me to
Go for it.
Okay, so you got Rob Whiteford over Daniel Pineda with a decision. Submission by Sean Strickland over Bubba McDaniel. That was a rear naked choke in round one.
It goes down.
Justin Scoggins up against Will Campazano. Justin gets the win by unanimous decision.
I didn't see any boners. I don't know if I could say I was disappointed.
But
I lost my 3 to 4 inch odds.
I do sense disappointment in that. Do you guys sense disappointment in that? Francisco Trevino also got a decision over Rene Forte. We did find out that was a guy fight. I think last week we were calling it a girl fight.
No, Albert was.
Alex Garcia got a split decision victory over Sean Spencer, bringing us to Dennis Bermudez with a TKO in round 3 over Jimmy Hetz. So good for Dennis Bermudez. Jessica Andrade gets the win over Raquel Pennington. Split decision. What'd you think of that?
I don't know. I thought Raquel won that fight.
Really?
And I thought she definitely put enough work. So,
but again, don't leave it in the judges.
I can't leave it in the hands of the judges.
Nope.
I'm surprised about this one. Kevin Gastelum beats Rick Story by a split decision.
Again, I thought Rick Story probably could have won. I might have a little bias. I thought Rick Story was going to win the fight anyway.
I'm biased towards it, definitely, for sure. I'm surprised. OSP gets a bonus for his win.
Yeah, Von Flue choke.
Yeah.
You know what that feels like, right?
It sucks. I know it's like to get choked by Von Flue, but we didn't do the Von Flue choke.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know how many people thought OSP tapped?
Yeah.
When they were getting up, a lot of people thought it was him that tapped, and they're like, no, he knocked him out. What?
The other guy's unconscious.
That was the one with the shoulder, right?
Yeah. He basically he has such a bony shoulder that he like shoves the shoulder into the guy's throat. Right. That's how he sets it up. It's almost like a.
Because how is it, Joey? How is it,
head
Joey?
arm choke,
You're here, you're here, you're here, you're gone.
You're gone. Yeah.
It's almost like a head and arm choke, but he uses his shoulder to push in. That's the first time anybody ever saw that was on the
Ultimate
season.
Fighter,
the Ultimate Fighter season
that
he used that. It was crazy.
And let's see, Miles Jury. Wait, no, Hector Lombard. I'm happy with this. Hector Lombard,
Yeah.
you just moved up one of my favorite fighters list right there.
And his judo was amazing.
Did you see Shields come in?
Yeah.
He was defeated before he even got in
Yeah.
there.
I thought Hector Lombard did a really good job, was able to showcase more of his skills, use his judo.
Good. I'm glad.
He did seem to coast a little bit later on because he knew he had won and he wanted to make sure nothing stupid happened. But, I mean, that's him moving up the ladder.
Fight after fighter has shown that Jake Shields has been overrated for years.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly. And then Miles Jury got the win over Diego Beef Tartar Sanchez. Huge disappointing loss for Carlos Condit with a TKO knee injury against Tyrone Woodley. He's going to be out for a while with the ACL tear, which is a bummer. Which brings us to Johnny Hendricks over Robbie Lawler. Now, this has been a little bit controversial. However, the judges pretty much agree. The scorecards are pretty much the same all the way down, with the exception of one judge giving round 5 to Lawler over the other two. But aside from that, they agree on all the rest of the rounds, which you don't always see in these kind of controversial decisions.
Yeah.
I talked to a friend of mine who said if you watch it, if you don't look at the fight metric stuff, where you see that Hendricks outshot or outstruck Lawler, but you look at the power punches, Lawler was rocking him through the entire first round.
Yeah.
And if that count, and all you people that came after him, I want to compare this, and I might get a lot of shit for this. Let's compare this to the Hendricks GSP fight, where it's damage wins fights. Okay, everybody who said damage wins fights in that fight, guess what? Fucking Hendricks lost tonight then.
Yeah, he did.
If GSP lost by damage in that fight, then Hendricks lost in this fight by damage.
For sure.
And this is very reminiscent of that fight where it went to the bell, and it was very back and forth. And
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had rounds 1 and 2 go to Hendricks, and rounds 3 and 4 go to Lawler. I mean, it literally came down to that last fight. This other judge that gave a 10-8 in round 2 is smoking crack.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
That's the reason why that score is like that. He gave a 10-8 round in round 2.
I was just glancing at it. I thought it was a 9. Holy crap. But he's also the one that gave the 10.
Yeah, he also gave the last round a draw.
Yeah, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do there?
The last round, it was tough to tell, but...
and that was Doug Crosby?
Yeah.
Jesus. All right.
Like I said, we and Dennis were talking about earlier, you know what? Lawler shouldn't have been taking it lightly. He knew he wasn't getting knocked out, but smiling in front of the judges, putting your hands down and letting Hendricks hit you to prove a point that you're not getting knocked out does not score points in the eyes of the judges. It does amongst the fans.
Right.
The fans are like, yeah, look, he can't get knocked out. He's definitely the tougher guy.
Right.
But... he's also not knocking out Johnny Hendricks. You know what I mean?
And we see this time and time again, too, when they taunt in the ring. It doesn't benefit them.
I mean, Diaz, prime example. Right. He taunts, and when he taunts and goes to a decision, then he's pissed off why he didn't win. Well, it's because you were taunting the whole time. Right. If you taunt and win, you're more applauded for it. When you taunt and lose, you can't just taunt the whole time and be like, well, he never hit me.
Because you got to figure all the taunting you're doing is not scoring strikes.
It's not scoring at all.
Right. And besides the fact that Hendricks had actually died just before this match and was resuscitated and said, I'm going to go ahead and fight. I mean,
that was only because he ran into a burning building to save old lady's cats.
Yeah. I mean, to die and be resuscitated, and then the last fight he only fought at 75%.
Right.
I mean,
he does some amazing things.
What's going to happen when this guy comes in healthy and fights 100%?
And fights at 100%, it's going to
he'll lose the GSP decision.
Space-time continuum will explode. God, I only hope so. After GSP's done getting raped by aliens.
Are you ever really done being raped by aliens?
You're done when the alien says you're done.
Every alien rape movie I've ever seen, they're never done. They're never done.
Yeah, we'll be back.
They're done because I pressed stop. Can't watch any more of this hentai. Oh, God, I'm done today.
So, going down in Brazil this Saturday, going to be live on Fox Sports 1. Almost the entire card except for 2 fights on Fight Pass. Yeah, right?
Yeah, all right.
Coming out of Brazil, this is going to be a historic fight for a couple reasons. Number one, we get to see rounds, 6 through 11 or 12 of...
Oh, the main event.
over a main event.
Yeah,
It's Shogun
and
against Dan Henderson, who
Yeah.
fought back in 2011, giving us hands down one of the greatest fights in UFC history.
Which Dan Henderson says, it wasn't really that exciting.
Yeah, it wasn't that great exciting. I was actually kind of bored about it. And 2, this is the last time anybody on TRT ever is going to fight in an octagon in Brazil.
Which is, it's crazy.
Dan Henderson has the last exemption known to man. I think you should frame it.
Well, I would just go in there ripped on TRT,
Right.
bro. It's like,
What?
no matter, bro.
What?
Like to the point where your heart explodes while you're fighting.
Like inject just before he comes in.
Yeah.
Because I
Stop
can,
the matter.
bitches.
Or I'm sorry, apply. Right?
It's the deodorant kind now. Let me get some of that at Walgreens later. All right, so if we kick off the night, you got your 2 preliminary cards in the UFC Fight Pass. Go to Fredo Castro and Nat Lahat and Francisco Barroso and Hans Stringer. That's who you're going to get on Fight Pass. Do we care?
No, we can move on.
Okay. Thiago Perpetuo and Kenny Robertson, they're going to kick off your preliminary card on Fox Sports 1. You just stop me when you want to break one of these down.
I'll break down the main card.
All right, cool. Hussier Formiga and Scott Jorgensen. There's your guy. Spotty Scotty. I'll take that guy.
Formiga's good as well. Very good.
And then we got Rodney Marks and Thiago Santos. Good fight. Diego Brandao and Will Chope. Those are
Hopefully
all.
Diego Brandao can put it together this time.
I'm hoping Diego Brandao.
He has all the
Rodney Marks.
skills. He just hasn't been able to quite put them all together all the time.
So we'll see if he can advance himself onto a main card at some point. So then you got one of your favorite Brazilians comes out in the Jason mask, Rony Jason, because we can't pronounce his last name, going up against Steven Seiler.
I think, I don't know, man. He got knocked out in his last fight. Remember, he's the one who ended up breaking his hand later
Right.
and like punching through the glass or whatever it
Oh,
was.
that's right. Yeah.
Like a crazy man.
I gotta
And he got
take-
knocked out by Jeremy Stevens.
I got to take Steven Seiler then just for that active.
Yeah, I think so too. I think Steven Seiler can ride it out and possibly win the decision. I don't know, maybe submit him, but it's gonna be pretty tough. Honey Jason's really, really good coming out of that Ultimate Fighter Brazil cast. Being in Brazil, hopefully they didn't help him last time, but hopefully he can come out. I'd like to see him win, but I think I'll be taking Seiler.
Yeah, okay. Well, then you got Michael Prazeres and Maribek Taisimov.
Tanisimov.
Damn it.
I'll be taking Tanisimov.
Fine. That's fine
Flat
with me.
out.
Fabricio Maldonado and Gia Viante. Maldonado?
I think I'm gonna take Vellante.
Okay.
Maldonado loves to stand and bang, loves to trade. Always gets into a brawl though, and I think Gian can use his wrestling to put a stop to that.
Well, if you can get him down, you can definitely stop that from happening. But if you can't get him down, he's going to get hurt. And then Leonardo Santos is going to be against Norman Park.
I'm definitely taking Santos in this fight.
Why not? Cesar Ferreira and CB Dalloway.
I think Ferreira, again, one of the winners off the Ultimate Fighter Brazil, is going to have way too many tools in the toolbox to go up against CB Dalloway. CB Dalloway is kind of a hit and miss fighter, especially as of late. I'll be taking Ferreira.
CB Dalloway, one of the biggest disappointments to come off the Ultimate Fighter, to be honest with you. Had high hopes for that guy coming off that show.
Yeah.
And
I think you could see a knockout from him.
From Dalloway?
Yeah.
All right. Or maybe we'll see his famous Peruvian necktie.
He's never used that in a fight since he got the show.
He's won one after
Has
that.
he?
One after that.
Okay.
On the finale, he won with it.
I just have a hard time rooting for him just because he hasn't lived up to the expectations that he
is
brought
not a
forward on the
Doberman.
show.
He's
No.
more of the Chihuahua.
Well, he is in Brazil. And then, of course, Shogun Rua going up against Dan Henderson. This could be super exciting. Fireworks. Could be boring as hell. What do you think's going to happen?
Boring.
You think it's going to be boring? You don't think it's ever going to live up to the original?
No.
I think Dan Henderson needs to put it away in a hurry. I am actually worried about Dan Henderson.
So am I.
I am worried about Dan Henderson. Number one, all the fans are telling me he's going to die, which is the typical chant in Brazil anyway.
Right.
Number two, we saw what happened to Chuck Liddell after getting knocked out. It was a quick downslope. Mm-hmm. Dan Henderson never got knocked out until he met TRT Rex Vitor Belfort.
Right.
And was knocked out. His first knockout. And he's now, 44?
I'd like to see
Top in the age, and he's been knocked out, and he's a guy who's taken a lot of blows, and he's having to come off TRT. I am scared that Mauricio Shogun Rua is going to knock him the fuck out. I think if he can get it early, he can definitely push the pace, wrestle, get it down, submit, possibly TKO Shogun, but I'm taking Shogun all the way.
Yeah, Shogun's going to get him with the kicks. If it goes too long, it's going to hurt a lot.
Big time.
I think either way, Dan Henderson retires after this fight.
I don't know.
I think he's done after this fight.
Maybe he can be the new coach of Alpha Male.
No.
No, he's got heavy hands and a wrestler.
You can't teach the H-bomb to anybody.
Heavy hands and a wrestler.
That's a natural talent. H-bomb's natural talent. So that's it. That's going down this weekend. Is it going to be Sunday?
No, it's Saturday.
The weigh-ins were Saturday. Our time.
Yeah, right there, March 23rd. That'd be my birthday.
That's Sunday.
That's Sunday. Oh,
That's
excuse me.
Sunday.
I knew something. Anyway, so that's going to be, March 23rd, 2014 on Fox Sports 1 because it's happening in Natal, Brazil. So that wraps it up. This is another installment of Split Decision. Thanks for listening. Big thanks to Fight Fans Radio Network for supporting us on their Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and their iTunes as well. Check us out on the same apps, Spreaker, Stitcher, SoundCloud, that kind of thing. Facebook, Split Decision MMA Podcast. Instagram and Twitter, it's SD_MMA, and our official website is Split Decision MMA, not official. There's no official in it. SplitDecisionMMA.com. Go. That's funny. Listen.
Made that today for you.
Awesome. And of course, Death Rob Music as well. They support Miles Jury. They support a lot of fighters over there in New Jersey, and they're supporting us. So thanks to them. From the Rula Family Inc. Studios, it is Split Decision. Have a good night. We'll see you at the fights.